We're back at it. We're back at it again. Before we get into anything, we gotta change some things. Flare. The Harbinger Serenity can wait on to new worlds. Bam! Bam! There we go. Now we're ready. Or I would say we are ready. However, we're gonna be on theme here. So, it has been a while since we've made a runecraft deck that is not cat themed. So, I want to do a Machina deck. Looks like we do not have a lot of runecraft Machina options. Interesting. Oh well. I guess you, the cat's, pretty reliable. Why has everything got to be so expensive? Okay. Gears of Rebellion. Let's see what the story has for us. Looks like we got a little bit of a shorter arc, so maybe that means that the stories themselves are longer. This is the part of the story that interests me the most.
And my world is in danger of total annihilation. A fearsome tyrant named Baphomet threatens us with the unthinkable.
Baphomet, now that's a character name.
Did you come from a different world?
Yes, I possess dimension linking functionality, at least for now, and arrived here after following the experimental unit's signal. Please, before it is destroyed, will you accompany me to my home world of Iolan?
Iolan.
Of course we'll go.
Jumping the gun, Orisa?
We can't just leave her. I mean, we all know what it's like suffering at the hands of the Keepers.
And a tyrant that's destroying his whole world isn't all that different.
Fine. Let's do this.
Wow, he resigned to that real quick.
Don't expect I will. Just for a minute there, when Tetra first appeared, I felt a small surge of nervous power radiating from the portal. And the situation with this Baphomet character reeks of Keeper influence. Reminds me a little too much of the conflict that's broken out here in Asunia.
Yeah, too bad we couldn't save more lives here. Rest in peace, Marlone. You will always be the best of us. And the creepiest of us. And the most sus of us. But you were still the best of us. The best of sus.
Sounds like all the more reason to go with Tetra. So what about the rest of you guys? Are you coming?
If Keepers are involved, then there's no choice but to face them. And perhaps we'll learn something more about Nexus's whereabouts.
I'm doing pretty good. I just came off from making brownies and walking dogs.
Better than taking a shot in the dark somewhere else, I guess.
You had me at Nexus. If we can get even one step closer to her, I'm in.
I don't know about this, but I don't want to be all by myself either.
Tracking worthy adversaries across yet another dimension? It is too tempting to resist.
Of course you're in, man.
I bear responsibility for the salvation of all worlds. allow me to accompany you as well.
Looks like we're all in agreement. Good. Then before anyone gets cold feet, we make the jump now. Hope you're all prepared for a new dimension.
All right. We didn't have eggs, so they came out a little bit on the gooey end, and I may have cooked them a little too long. But overall, they still tasted good when you drowned it in ice cream. Manufactured meeting. So, some things have changed since we've last been on here. Rotation has rotated out. So all of my decks have been slightly updated for the new rotation. Yeah, don't remind me, Matt. California's on fire, the president's dying. Little column A, little column B. Could be worse. Could be
like
better.
I'm alone. I hope the others made it here all right.
I am Tetra, and my world is in danger of total annihilation. A fearsome tyrant named Baphomet threatens us with the unthinkable.
I do have asthma.
I don't know what kind of world I've landed in, but it doesn't seem safe.
It's been
Maybe I
just
should
as
focus
bad
on
over
finding
here.
The others first.
We had smoky sky over here blocking out the sun yesterday, and it made the moon glow red in the late evening sky. Oh, I recognize this area. One of the places when I'm dueling people. I recognize that sign. So Aeolon is one of the maps where you duel people. That's cool.
Containment breach has been detected in Sector B. Violators are currently attempting escape. As punitive action is anticipated, citizens of each sector are recommended to evacuate promptly.
What's happening?
Uniform violation detected. Warning, violators are subject to disciplinary measures. Please change into the mandatory uniform immediately.
Is this some kind of golem? Not quite. I don't feel any sort of magical energy from it.
Welcome to technology, Isabelle. And yes, your outfit probably could stand to be changed.
Uniform violation detected. Warning, violators are subject to disciplinary measures. Please change into the mandatory uniform immediately.
Okay, we get it.
Look, I don't want any trouble. Can you even understand what I'm saying?
Uniform violation detected. Warning, violators are subject to disciplinary measures. Please change into the mandatory uniform immediately.
I wonder what the mandatory uniform looks like.
So you can only handle rote phrases, huh? I wonder what makes you tick.
Initiating disciplinary measures.
But then again, I don't really feel like dying to find out. It hurts, tampering with someone else's creations. But maybe I'll learn something more about this place.
You were all machines. Okay, I'm just hearing a ringing in my ears. Yeah, this is the map.
I need to learn more about this world.
Commencing disciplinary measures.
Alrighty. That's a curve that I'm happy with. I've had to make a few changes because Witch's Cauldron looks like it rotated out finally.
Violators will be punished.
Which slows down the Earthright deck a little bit, but not too much. Because we still have this combo.
A galaxy of gems tumbles and twirls.
I'm loving the English voice lines now that they've been added for some of these cards.
Do you know my master?
I'm just warming up.
Master.
The earth
Let's get some
reigns
card
from
draw.
above.
Beautiful. Just beautiful. Ooh, core.
What masterpiece will I create today?
Earth and assault!
First blood.
Superficial damage detected.
Superficial damage detected. Oh, I gotta remember that one.
My blade and I are one.
That's a 4/4. Deal 1 damage to all enemy followers if an ally back with. Deal 2 damage. Jeez, that's scary.
All magic falls under my purview.
All magic falls under my purview.
You're done for.
Magic! Bow to my will! Pawns, make your move!
Earth and assault!
Now this. Live by the sword, die by the
Superficial damage
sword.
detected.
Alrighty. Our deck seems to be popping off. Every moving piece seems to be in order.
Terminating target.
Demon's Epitaph. Okay. Ooh, that's just what we needed.
My hands are tied.
Pawns, make your move!
Superficial
this
damage
is a
detected.
work of art.
Superficial damage detected.
That's not gonna get annoying real quick.
Target confirmed.
I forgot what new cards I put in this deck. I should look at my deck list when we finish this.
Never miss the mark.
Hey, that was my face.
How can this be?
I believe we need to draw more cards. Must draw cards. Must continue to combo off.
Today.
A galaxy of gems, tumbles,
I think
and
the
twirls.
weird amulet focus with like the bullet bikes and whatnot seems very interesting. It's not ideal, but I like it. I have 3 decks that I'm building in the works based off of the new set.
1 and a 2 and a 3.
One of them is because one of the legendary cards seems super interesting to me, and that's not the Cursed Queen. Just the idea of giving your opponent creatures seems cool as a theme, and I want to build something around that, so I'm in the middle of making that.
How do you do, you cretin? Oh!
Superficial
just
damage
warming up.
Superficial damage detected.
It won't be long now.
The other 2 decks that I'm working on are a Portalcraft deck that I'm planning on making because one of the other legendary creatures has this thing to do with trains, and anyone who's known me for any amount of time knows that I like trains.
A man must live life to the fullest.
And then the last deck, I got a legendary card and a booster, and I really want to make a deck around it because it seems super interesting.
Verifying access.
Is I got this Bloodcraft legendary card where he,
Superficial damage detected.
Shutting down.
if I only have no duplicates in my deck, every turn he's gonna tutor out 2 creatures straight to the field, and that sounds super powerful and super fun, and I love making singleton decks.
Oh!
Damage critical.
So I'm gonna have some fun with that. I'm probably going to. I have a deck planned and a deck list ready for that one to
Now,
go. That one's
let's
going to be the
examine
first
you.
one finished. We'll probably have that one ready by the time we get to Urias's story in this little arc. I doubt that I'll have the Swordcraft one ready anytime soon, because that one's going to require me to make 3 more legendary cards that I don't have, but the Bloodcraft one only requires 2, and that seems like I'll be able to get that relatively quickly. Although, I'm loving all the ward synergies that Havencraft got. It's a lot of fun support, and I've been having a lot of fun with the new cards in that.
Warning. Enforcer units were programmed by Lord Belphomet. Any interference with their program will be subject to immediate
Discipline or something, right?
damage, critical, unable to proceed with termination.
Phew. Sorry. Don't take this personally. It's made of some kind of iron, but unlike anything I've ever touched. It must be unique to this world.
It's steel.
What's that inside? It's glowing. It's faint, but there's some magical energy. What could this be?
It's a core, isn't that obvious? I guess you wouldn't know, though. I'm the only one who knows how to make them, after all.
Interesting. See, I like the whole gambling sub-theme that Bloodcraft got, and I'm a big fan of that. I love the whole casino theme, and I'm making the entire deck themed around that. And that's the Bloodcraft deck that you'll probably see finished by the time we get around to playing Urias again. Wow, we got to meet him right off the bat!
Ah, jeez, look at this mess. Don't you know that destroying an enforcer is grounds for termination? You some kind of idiot or something?
Who are you supposed to be?
Wait, you don't know who I am? That's a first. I don't have time for idiocy.
He's too powerful.
Behavior violation, uniform violation, language violation, not to mention common knowledge violation. Yep.
There's a common knowledge violation?
I am Tetra, and my world is in danger of total annihilation. A fearsome tyrant named Belphomet threatens us with the unthinkable.
So you're Belphomet.
Well, looks like you finally remembered. A little late for you, though. Get her!
Initiating termination protocol.
Ahem. Taking your sweet time, aren't you guys?
What are you doing?
Ugh, useless scraps. When I call for you, I expect you to be here in under a second. Come on!
Initiating termination protocol.
There's only 3 cards we have right now that have the if there are no duplicates in your deck thing, from what I can see when I did a search through the card database. And the fact that there's a new one of those is just fun for me, because I recently made a deck in Unlimited where it uses Heaven's Gate to give me -10 on all my stuff, and it's a hilarious meme deck. So I'm always a big fan of that. And I believe one of the Omens is the other card that does that.
That's more like it. See? Not so hard, was it? That's the one. Get rid of her.
Please stand back.
Tetra!
Delta cannon, fire.
Tetra. I should have known you'd bring otherworld trash into my realm.
Affirmative. I have summoned others here to stop you.
Stop me? Don't be silly. I'm your creator. Look at you. You're trembling. Ah, jeez. Your emotions have only made you weaker. You two, get over here. They've entertained me long enough. Do whatever you need to dispose of them. I'm gonna head back to work on the Furies.
The Furies? Are those 3 cards that his card can summon?
Oh, it's been a long day. Maybe this whole sector needs to be under curfew so I can get some shut-eye.
Wait!
No, please retreat. It is dangerous to stay here.
Maybe if Bloodcraft had more cards like Dragoncraft did, because I know Dragoncraft has that card that instantly gives you like the highest cost follower in your deck to your hand. If Bloodcraft had a card like that, I feel like it would be an actual more efficient deck.
And just leave him?
We call those tutors in Magic the Gathering, and I think it's really sad that some decks get more of those than others.
Please, come with me. I will explain.
Twisted Regime. Okay, what was in this deck that's new? Oh yeah, I put some Silent Laboratories in here. Was that all I did? Oh, I've added a Juggling Moggy. So there's no new cards in this deck at all. I just took out the ones that rotated out. And increased the number of cards that were. Lazy me.
Looks like we've lost them.
Affirmative. It appears that Baphomet has lost interest in us for the time being.
So far, the only problem I have with Shadowverse right now is I feel like it's a little bit of legendary glue, where the entire sets seem to revolve around the legendary cards and everything else might be fodder. Occasionally, you get to see a really cool gold card that's fun to build around, like we got the Eternal Whale in the last set. That was a real fun card to build around. There's a card that's like that in Riviel that I'm actually going to be building around that's really, really cool. And it's a Reinhardt the Deathless. So that's going to be a card that I definitely build around, because he seems to be a very fun 5-mana card.
He's your enemy, right? Don't we need to stop him?
Affirmative.
Then why did we run?
Baphomet's combat capabilities greatly exceed our own. If he wanted to, he could have easily disposed of us.
So he was only toying with us.
As traditional maniacal villains usually
Negative.
do.
Baphomet had no such intention. He was merely unable to load appropriate statement, referring to sibling data mono. Baphomet is a child.
Huh. Unable to load appropriate statement. That's a fun way of swearing. I think Avarice is still my favorite mechanic in Bloodcraft.
Huh?
In short, Baphomet assigns each sector their own designated waking and sleeping hours. He does this haphazardly, without reason. And furthermore, these sectors are given equally absurd meal distribution schedules. Again, the whim of Baphomet.
Haphazardly? So are there sectors where no one is permitted to sleep? Or sectors where no one ever receives food?
Affirmative. It is because of his erratic behavior that Mono refers to him as a child.
They've entertained me long enough. Do whatever you need to dispose of them. I'm gonna head back to work on the Furies. Oh, it's been a long day. Maybe this whole sector needs to be under curfew so I can get some shut-eye.
I can't believe a guy like that is running this place.
How does a guy like that end up in power?
Baphomet was once just an ordinary researcher. That is, until he killed our former leaders and claimed the city with an iron fist. He has been terrorizing us ever since.
Ah, the Joseph Stalin technique.
This is merely speculation, but I believe a being of tremendous power may have played a part in his rise to tyranny.
Oh yeah, that's right, keepers. I kind of forgot they were a thing for a minute there.
It must have been a keeper. How have you been coping until now? And what do you plan to do?
We have been careful not to draw Baphomet's attention, which is why we take refuge in our hideouts. As for the future, I want to fight back against Baphomet. At least, I hope to do so.
Also, we all got fucking separated again. I just realized there's a fucking 12-year-old wandering around on her own.
If it's a battle he wants, it's a battle he'll get. If a keeper is involved, then our goals are the same.
Your cooperation is appreciated. For now, let us move to the nearest hideout.
Are you all right?
My apologies. It appears my mana flux system has been impaired.
I'm sorry, I'd forgotten about your injuries. What were you thinking, shielding me so recklessly?
It was necessary. For you are...
Whoa there!
My apologies. Please wait a moment for my auto-restorative functions to activate.
Man, these are really fancy machines.
Unauthorized entry is prohibited in this sector. Please present your identification.
Oh no, it's a quad-rotor drone. It's gonna give us our Amazon delivery packages. I knew I shouldn't have ordered bullets.
A surveyor. I recommend you leave me and evacuate immediately.
I'm not gonna leave you here.
In that case, I will do what I can to assist you.
You should probably sit this one out.
You just rest. I'll handle this myself. I'll handle this myself.
Unauthorized entry into this sector is prohibited.
Well, that's what I call a nice opening hand. The only thing I would appreciate more is some good card draw.
Please present your identification.
Identify this. Oh, that's good. That is what I call a lucky draw.
The first lines of a new page.
I wonder who voices Lycanthal the Fool, because I feel like I've heard her voice somewhere before.
Here and now, your destruction.
Okay.
No two journeys are alike.
This can't be happening.
Let us write the first lines of a new page.
Yeah.
Let the people rejoice.
We got a lot of ways to get protection. We're just gonna keep on keeping on. Boom, baby, boom. Let's just keep this train a-rolling.
Hardship, journeys, and joy. The triad of life.
Oh.
No two journeys are alike.
Damage sustained.
Come on in. Take a seat.
Unbelievable!
Disciplining target.
Want to try the devil's blend? Oh, let the people rejoice.
The fool awakens to four sufferings.
Fool awakens to more sufferings. Let's do this.
A galaxy of gems tumbles and twirls.
And then this, and then this.
What masterpiece will I create today?
And then let's evolve this.
It won't be long now.
What twists and turns await? I'm just warming up.
Get you activated on turn 7, and then that will be the way we win. Now we just gotta golem summon till the end.
Come out wherever you are. The start of a new adventure.
Continuing disciplinary measures.
We're gonna take some damage here.
The rage of the dead impels me!
Hey, that was my face.
Okay, come on, baby. Give me a good draw. That's a good draw.
The earth rains from above.
That's an even better draw. Oh! I'm like Josh the Kwai up in here.
Feel of the earth.
Just drawing cards. It's addicting. Oh, and the third one. Oh! I couldn't ask for more.
This ends here.
I literally couldn't. I'm gonna win before I would get it anyway.
Whew, I'm spent.
Yeah, Matt, the value.
Light for the world of man.
When you card draw into a card draw spell into a card draw spell, that's the dream.
Unbelievable.
Did that thing just ignore ward?
Unbelievable.
Give another ability to ignore ward. Yeah, that happened. Cream burst, baby.
Damage sustained. Damage sustained. Damage sustained. Damage sustained. Damage sustained.
Let's get rid of you, please.
Back to the skies.
Now they have to remove my creature or they die on turn.
Light for the world of man.
Or they could put a ward creature up.
Green hammering machine.
No.
I probably should have been caring about my life total a little bit more.
Damage critical.
Whenever I play Magic the Gathering, I feel what happened to me
How
in
is
this
that?
game happens to my opponents way more often than I'd like to admit to. Or like you just have what we call the god draws. It's so annoying when you play against a player where they always draw exactly what they need to win right before you do. And it feels really, really disappointing when, like, if you would have won if you just got that one more turn, but they drew the exact thing they needed to do to turn the game around. Sure, it looks fun from, like, an anime protagonist perspective, but
Critical.
when it happens to you, it feels bad.
Okay. we need
Speaking
to
of
get
people on
moving.
low health,
Negative. I require 10 more minutes until my auto-restorative functions are operational.
how much do you think she weighs? Do you think we can carry her?
However, the surveyor likely sent a distress signal before going offline. Enforcers will be heading our way soon. Please leave me and go. I am a machine. Therefore,
Enough of that. Is there any way for me to look inside you?
The IG-88 unit once said, "I think, therefore I am. You are a person, and I define personages... personage... Philosophy. Philosophy's hard. I define a person as anyone who can express any amount of sentience, and that's where I draw the line."
inside me? If you are referring to my internal mechanisms, they can be accessed by entering a password on the back of my neck.
That's a very small place to be putting a input sequence where you can type in a password. Then again, I guess I could probably fit like a numpad there, right? £5 and at most 5,000. There's no way someone about her height, if she's about Isabella, I got Isabella on the mind because of the letter. If her and Isabelle are about the same height, I would imagine she has a comparable amount of weight. So what would be if let's say someone who was 5'6" happened to be made out of steel? How much would they weigh then? That's what I imagine she weighs.
Hurry up and do it then.
Partially hollow as well, because you gotta put wiring stuff in there, but I would bark in the range of probably closer to 200 to 500 pounds. Maybe not so much as 5,000. But yeah, she probably is very heavy.
Negative. I am not authorized to open my own frame.
Fine. I'll do it myself.
The password is T012TE349.
Okay, everybody write that down. I'm sure that'll be important later. By which I mean I'm sure as in it won't be.
Got it.
Yeah, you're right. 500 pounds is definitely somewhere between 5 and 5,000.
There. Now let's see. She's so much more complex than the Enforcers. It's as if she were modeled after an actual human body.
No duh.
If that's the case, her core should be... here.
I would wonder why you would give mammary glands to a robot if you weren't planning on modeling it after a human female.
Very few minutes remain until reinforcements arrive. Please evacuate as...
Would you shut it already? Her core has faint traces of mana, similar to that Enforcer. In which case, there should be some sort of system to increase her mana flux circulation.
That is true. I didn't think of that. That is a lot of extra space to put wiring.
There you are. Let's try this then. That should do it. Try to stand up.
All systems online. Functional efficiency has increased by 10%. What did you do?
Interesting.
Well, it seems the machines here function by circulating trace amounts of mana through their systems. Mana must be scarce in this world. Anyway, I didn't find anything wrong with your core. So maybe something was wrong with your mana circulation.
That makes complete sense. That's where they put the water cooling system. Good thinking, Matt.
Magical output. It's kind of a mess and far from complete, so let me take a closer look later.
My apologies. I could not keep up with such a large volume of information.
Sorry.
Okay, what was it? Okay.
I have a friend who blabs a lot. I guess I've picked up one of her bad habits.
Do not worry. Your assistance is sincerely appreciated. Thanks to you, all of my functions have been fully restored.
Well, I've done a spell or two in my day.
Reinforcements coming? I think we ought to vamoose.
Warning. Disabling Enforcer units is strictly forbidden. Destroying an Enforcer unit will result in termination.
I warned you.
We should evacuate.
Sounds like a plan. Let's get moving.
No hostile signals detected.
In the words of a great machine, who I have not a lot of respect for, but at least some. Cheese it!
May I know your name? I did not have a chance to ask during the commotion earlier.
Score free popcorn.
I'm Isabelle. And you're Tetra, right?
Affirmative. Allow me to thank you once again, Isabelle.
Don't mention it. My friend Eleanor would have done a better job, I bet.
Are you kidding? Eleanor was like friggin' bullshit. Why didn't we bring them again? I guess they gotta fix things up in Asunia. We kind of left that world in a state of, what's the term? Wear and tear?
Is there someone with greater capabilities than yourself?
Just not the ability to interdimensionally travel, but I think she might be able to learn that. I wouldn't put it past the cosmic flower to find a way to jump between worlds.
Yes. Someone much more capable than me, with far more knowledge. Anyway, now that introductions are out of the way, could you guide me to the nearest hideout?
Affirmative. If you would follow me, and please take care not to draw the attention of any surveyors.
You don't need to tell me twice.
Alright. Gold! A mage's touch. Oh, it looks like no battle this time. Time to get that lore in.
This is your hideout?
Yes, one of them.
Looks nice.
I wish to introduce you to the others. Would that be acceptable?
Wait a minute, this is a scrapyard. Then again, what better place to hide? I can't think of one.
That's fine, but it looks like they beat us to it.
It's Lady Tetra.
Who's that with her? Is she here to help?
They don't look too fond of humans. Can't say I blame them.
Indeed. Many units from the same series as them have fallen at the hands of Baphomet.
Series?
The human equivalent would be a family.
Ah, right.
That makes sense.
Now, this way. Everyone, please let me introduce you to my companion, Isabelle.
My serial number is 414929.
How do you do?
Isabelle is from a world different than our own. She is an extremely capable person. If you find yourself in need of assistance, please do not hesitate to ask her.
I'm not sure how much I can do to help, but by all means, I'll do my best.
Does anyone have any questions?
Not a question, but I would like to say something.
Is that the person who voices Elizabeth in Seven Deadly Sins?
Go ahead, J3.
J3. My middle name is J.
A unit from my series, male type J2P04, has gone missing.
Yet again?
Earlier, I asked the man who was with Lady Mono to find him, but I'm still worried.
Oh, that's definitely her.
So, someone from her family is missing?
That is correct. But it is not something you need concern yourself with, Isabelle. J2P04 goes missing quite regularly.
Really? Maybe I could help.
I will search for J2. Can you wait here until I return?
Okay, sure thing.
J2P04. I feel like that's a play on something, but I'm not really sure what.
J3, please rest assured, I will find J2.
Thank you, Lady Tetra.
Goodbye.
Well, guess I'll have a look around. This place is fascinating.
Damage. Critical. Someone call Lady Tetra.
What happened to you?
Attacked by an enforcer. Damage to frame and internal data.
I guess damage to internal data would be like damage to brain damage, or is that more just memory loss?
Oh, how terrible. We must get Lady Tetra to examine you.
Oh, that's Todd Habercorn. I recognize that voice anywhere.
But she's already left. We need to back up his data soon or else.
You'll be fine. Let me handle this.
What are you going to do?
Open up your frame. I may be able to mend you before it's too late. I don't expect all of you to trust me right away. But I'm your only option right now, so let me help you.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you for trusting me. His core was cracked, but it doesn't seem to be leaking any mana. Then is it the circulation? Maybe if I increase the mana flow here and adjust this there.
That doesn't sound like it's fixing him.
Better?
Incredible. My internal data has been fully restored.
I don't know a lot about machines, but that does not sound like what you would need to do to fix stuff. Well, you have a nice time with that.
I'm no expert when it comes to machines, but I've restored your mana flux system for the time being. You should have more experienced eyes take a closer look at it soon.
Of course. Thank you very much.
Happy to help. Whoa, hey!
You're amazing. I just can't believe it.
Lady Tetra truly is amazing. To have found a marvel such as yourself is nothing short of a miracle.
It's no big deal. I think anyone could learn how to do it.
No need for modesty. Actually, if you wouldn't mind, there are others with defects as well.
Wow, that trust circle turned around real quick.
I'd be happy to take a look. Not like I have anything else to do. And I wouldn't mind learning more about your kind.
Thank you very much. Come on out, everybody. This lady here can fix your malfunctioning parts.
Really?
Can you fix my defective arm?
My right leg was badly damaged not too long ago.
There are so many of you.
I don't think you can fix what's broken just from looking at internal mana flow. You fixed two problems that were pretty similar to one another. But then again, they also seem to have some weird auto-repair function on some of them.
Is it too much to handle?
So, what do I know? I didn't make these robots. Belphomet did, probably. Possibly.
Not at all. Let's get started.
Wonderful. The line starts behind me, everybody. Get your spot while the getting's hot.
Wait, you too?
Yes, me too.
Looks like I've got my work cut out for me. Well, we'd better get to it.
Awakened units. I'm gonna find an opportunity to say absolute unit at some point in this playthrough.
Thank you for waiting, Isabelle.
So she has sisters, you say?
Correct. Lady Mono and Lady Ania. Although to be completely honest, we rarely ever see them.
Lady Mono is known for her knowledge, and Lady Ania is just the cutest. I'm sure you will come to like them too, Isabelle.
I'm sure I will.
Now, Mono I've actually seen because I run into people using her avatar all the time, and Ania I used her card at one point because it's a really powerful legendary card for Shadowcraft.
Incredible.
Oh, welcome back. How did it go?
I tracked J2's signal to his location, but I could not convince him to come back.
At least he's safe.
Welcome back, Lady Tetra. We were just speaking of you.
Not to mention Lady Mono and Lady Ania.
Is that so? It looks like you have all taken to Isabelle quickly.
Indeed. She's been repairing all of our defects.
I wasn't able to fix all of their problems, though.
Don't be so hard on yourself. Lady Tetra, Isabelle is an exceptional human.
They're really just exaggerating.
No, not really. You really are an exceptional human.
Negative. Isabelle, your abilities are at an extraordinary level.
Oh, not you too.
My apologies, everyone, but may I borrow Isabelle for a moment? There are matters I wish to speak with her about.
Of course. Give them some privacy, everybody.
That must have been quite a commotion for you.
Not at all. It was nice to hear what everyone had to say.
You truly are a phenomenal person, Isabelle.
Again? Like I said, it wasn't a big deal.
Can we address the 12-year-old wandering around in the wasteland by herself, at least?
Those of us in the Resistance have severed relations with humans. You see, after Baphomet took power, we have been the target of countless atrocities. But despite that, you were able to bond with everyone so easily. It is a wonderful talent.
Well, the bar doesn't seem to be set very high, to be honest.
Yeah, that's a good point.
More importantly, you've taken more damage, haven't you? Were you attacked by another enforcer?
No, I encountered a man by the name of Urias Formand.
Of course.
Urias Formand? Honestly, is that man totally incapable of containing his thirst for violence? Did he hurt you?
Mono was there to support me, so I was able to avoid critical damage.
I should have told you beforehand. Out of the 8 people in my group, he's the most dangerous. You see, words don't work with him. It's best to avoid him at all costs.
Understood.
Let's see. After Urias and myself, that makes 6 others. I hope they made it here safely.
Yep, still, now we don't know where 6 people are.
Negative. I spoke with a man by the name of Ewan earlier. It seems only 4 of you made it to this world.
Only 4?
What?
I apologize. I believe there was some sort of external influence that sent some of your companions to a different world.
That's right. Nerva.
So that's what happened.
Forgive me.
It's not your fault. I'm used to dealing with this sort of thing. This must be the Keepers at work again.
Either way, we are fortunate to have your assistance. I could not have predicted a more suitable ally.
Sometimes fate works in funny ways, huh?
Yes, it does.
Indeed. When I relieved Baphomet of his teleportation device, I had originally intended to use it to seek out a certain signal. One located in the world you previously occupied.
What kind of signal?
The experimental kind. And one that has existed long before any of us were awakened. One that belongs to a man named Nicola Adele.
Nicola Adele is from here? Oh, the plot thickens.
Whoa, I didn't expect to hear that name.
Are you acquainted with him?
Kind of. She's like the person who spent the least amount of time with him.
You could say that. I don't think he's the type to do favors for others, though. It's probably for the best that you found my group first.
He eats ore.
Affirmative. If you were not with us...
This is a prohibited sector. Authorization is required for entry. Please present your identification.
Oh no, the quad rotors are back.
Another one?
It appears a surveyor has adjusted its patrol route to cover this area. We should evacuate everyone.
I'll take care of things here. You look after everyone else.
Thank you. I will return to your side as soon as evacuations are complete.
This is a prohibited sector. Authorization is required for entry. Please present your identification.
Sorry, but you need to back off. One way or another.
One way or another. Copyright strike. Da 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 da. Watch this section, it's gonna get muted by Twitch. Hopefully I did that poorly enough to where it's not gonna get muted by Twitch.
Sorry, but you're going to need to back off.
Unauthorized entry into this sector is prohibited.
I think we can make do with this opening hand. Rip fod indeed. We're gonna have.
Present your identification.
Boy, those I wish they gave them a few more voice lines.
What masterpiece will I create today?
I'll be your piece.
Prime Artifact. That's a powerful card to be putting in your deck. Oh boy. Let's kill that. Get some juggling going.
You can't
A galaxy of gems tumbles and twirls.
Now this
Damage
is a
sustained.
work of art.
See, this time we're getting all the bad draws.
Mean green hammering machine. I'm just warming up.
Now this is a work of art.
Damage sustained.
A galaxy of gems tumbles and twirls.
Lawful evil?
Chaotic good.
Time is warped ever so slightly.
Disciplining target.
Okay.
A cog of purpose. A cog of power.
That's a big 4-mana creature.
I walked the edge.
I'm just warming up.
Now this
Adieu,
is a
adieu.
work of art.
There was no escape.
Oh, the card draw value! So much value.
What a discovery!
We're about to hit the hand limit.
Blast them into orbit.
Continuing disciplinary measures.
Take that, and that, and that! Embraced by the earth.
How many of these have we destroyed? 2? Okay, so step 1 should be this thing here.
Lawful evil? Chaotic good.
Let's get rid of some of these earth sigils.
Wrongdoing? Me? Perish the thought.
Then let's throw one of these down. Throw one of these down.
Falls under my purview.
Just want to keep rotating
System has
through
bestowed
the
this
deck.
name upon me.
Terminating hostile unit.
I am. Therefore I claw.
Let's draw cards.
The earth reigns from above. Remember my name.
8 sigils. Ooh, we're gonna start one-shotting people soon.
Drowned in light.
Damage sustained.
Make your
Damage
move.
sustained.
Swords? What era are you living in?
Okay.
But I walked the edge.
All magic is under my purview. Okay, this will kill this.
It won't be long now.
Magic! Bow
Well,
to my will!
Good enough.
Pawns, make
Damage
your move!
sustained. Damage sustained.
覚悟はいいかしら。クリムバースト。
Damage sustained. Damage sustained.
There we go. Minor damage sustained.
What a discovery!
I think we have this in the
I tried
bag.
hardest, Bargain.
halt! Embraced by the earth.
We're gonna kill him with the big guns.
Causality is equivalent to truth.
Damage critical.
Hit him hard.
We have to get out of here. Ha!
Are you injured?
I'm fine. More importantly, they know we're here. We should get going.
Probably a good idea.
Isabelle, this way, please.
Almost there.
She's trying to feign not being hurt.
My apologies. I did not factor in your stamina before moving.
It's fine. Running isn't one of my strong points, that's all. Whew. Anyway, I think we've lost them.
Affirmative. However, please remain alert. I am still detecting a presence in the... Isabelle! That should take care of it.
Thanks. That one came out of nowhere.
Think nothing of it. Please be careful.
I like Tetra. She seems nice.
What is wrong?
Nothing. It's just... these enforcers. They're completely different than you, right? Everything from their appearance, their builds, as well as their abilities. But your companions, they look identical to the enforcers. Even their internal systems are a near-perfect match. And yet there's a difference. They behave and speak with free will.
Of course. It is because the Resistance members have awakened.
Awakened, huh?
Awakened? Is that a normal function?
Has anyone ever read the IG-88 story by Kevin Anderson? I think, therefore I am. It's really good. It's a really good read. I know it's in Legends now, but it's worth the read if you can find a copy of it. I'm sure it's on my shelf somewhere.
Negative. It is not a function at all. It is an irregularity within our circuitry that occurs by chance. An error that awakens us from our pre-programmed states.
Interesting.
Mono, Ania, and myself, we were created in an already sentient form. The others came into their capacity to think.
So, essentially speaking, it's a mutation. But to think most of you were awakened by mere chance, that's incredible.
That's how mutations work. And cancer.
Affirmative. However, free will comes with its own problems.
I would imagine.
The biggest of which is the constant danger of Baphomet's wrath. He detests any machine that has awakened.
I can imagine why.
But isn't he the one that created you all?
Correct. At one time, Baphomet believed it would be beneficial to have independent creations. But that is no longer the case. He has determined that our existence is unnecessary.
I don't understand. If it was his original intention, he should have been satisfied.
Oh? In what way?
Content.
Researching new phenomena in the name of discovery beyond the unknown is the foundation of all magic.
And science.
Then again, I guess that's what makes him such a child, isn't it? Developing technology merely for his own entertainment. It's almost like looking into a mirror. It wasn't too long ago that I was willing to do anything to bring Kyle back.
How is the ghost of Kyle doing? We haven't heard from him in a while.
Isabelle?
Sorry, never mind. Let's get going.
Yes. We should move on.
First, we'll need to take care of Baphomet. It was Eleanor who taught me to stop overthinking things and do what my heart says.
Artificial life.
We have arrived at Hideout C. No hostiles detected in the area.
Thanks. How's everyone else?
I'm so sick of the enforcers changing their patrol routes.
Seriously. I'm just glad we made it out safely this time.
Looks like they're okay.
Yes. However, several of our unit's signals have gone missing.
What happened?
It was my fault. I did not have enough power. They have been destroyed.
Yipes.
Destroyed?
Even with your help, Isabelle, it is too late to repair them.
But the others...
Do you remember the other day when we barely escaped the enforcers?
How could I forget? We were almost destroyed.
Why are they treating this so normally? Have you all really grown so indifferent to tragedy?
Negative. We do not deal with loss lightly.
Oop, there goes the dogs.
Then why are they acting as if nothing happened?
They don't value their lives.
Destroyed units can be brought back in different frames, so long as their backup data remains intact.
Ah, that's even more interesting.
So, essentially, robots can be resurrected?
You may think of it that way if you wish.
Oh, of course. Even if you're sentient, you're still machines. It makes sense that you function differently than humans.
Is there no way to bring humans back?
No, unfortunately.
I've been searching for one.
Is there someone you wish to return?
There is. But lately I've been uncertain whether it's even right.
Why is that? Is this person not dear to you?
Ooh, these are the ethical quandaries that we always ponder about life.
There isn't anyone more dear to my heart. And that's what makes me question myself.
Okay.
Is this really what he wants me to do? Instead of focusing so hard on bringing him back, maybe he would rather I spend my energy trying to move on. Well, that's enough about that. How long does it take you to restore one of your broken friends?
It takes some time.
How long?
I do not know.
What do you mean you don't know?
Isabelle, take cover.
Initiating deep circuit scan. A critical error was found in thought processing systems. Emotional capacity confirmed. Initiating termination protocol.
My apologies. Because I was focusing on our conversation, I was slow to detect hostiles in the vicinity.
How many are there?
2, from what I sense.
Just 2? Shouldn't be a problem for us then.
Third, fourth, 15th verse, same as the several before it.
This should be a cinch.
It should be a cinch.
Emergency termination protocol.
Okay, Fred and Dark Mage, we'll see you later. Imperator of Magic, we'll hang that around. Come on, deck, give me a card draw spell.
Violators will be punished.
That ain't a card draw spell.
Impressive technology.
Shutting down.
Let's just keep them coming.
The heavens will fall.
Goblin Emperor, huh? Where's Goblin Slayer when you need him? Okay,
A
let's...
galaxy of gems tumbles and twirls.
What masterpiece will I create today?
The heavens will fall.
Unbelievable! No!
Owie owie Oxenfree.
All magic falls under my purview.
And now we can zap one of these and fight the other.
For.
Magic! Bow to my will!
Now this.
So many voice lines at once.
I'll
lead the charge.
Golems.
Terminating
Oh
target.
boy. That is a very overstated 4-mana creature.
Access.
Ow. Can you go away, please?
Oh!
I'm just warming up.
Now this is a work of art.
Superficial damage detected. Superficial damage detected.
Okay.
Enemy sighted. Charge! Adieu.
Johan the hero at your service.
Uh-oh.
Shutting down.
Continuing termination protocol.
Goblin fighter.
Than ever.
Hey, that was my face. How can this be? Oh.
Okay, we have the ability to trade.
The earth rains from above.
Oh, that was a lucky top deck.
A new hero will rise.
Another Imperator of Magic.
Johan the hero at your service.
Another one?
Ready to launch. Verifying access.
Oh no.
Embraced by the earth.
That is bad news bears.
What masterpiece will I create today?
All magic falls under my purview.
Our galaxy of gems tumbles and twirls.
Haha. 7, huh? Zappers doo da.
Won't be long now.
Magic! Bow to my will!
Hero will rise.
Hans, make your move!
Shutting down.
I think we can finally push through.
Get him. Get him.
He's feeling hungry! He's feeling hungry!
And that's just lethal on board, so we're gonna punch him in the face.
I'm just warming up.
Make your move!
Make your move! We're just gonna ride the value train all the way to victory.
Rescanning area. No hostiles detected. Is something the matter, Isabelle?
You can tell?
Affirmative. By reading expressions and gestures, I am able to understand the emotions of others.
I was
Yes.
just thinking. Would it be possible for the Enforcers to awaken one day?
Yes.
If they could, then isn't it kind of cruel to destroy them? Not that it bothers me that bad or anything.
I have never considered that possibility. Isabelle, you truly are an amazing being.
I'm amazed you didn't consider that possibility. It seems blatantly obvious.
As for whether our actions are cruel, I am unable to judge for myself. It is highly probable that these units were created to strictly follow their programming, to prevent any kind of irregularity from occurring.
Makes sense. They are Baphomet's creations, after all.
Affirmative. However, I cannot say for sure. We awaken at random, after all.
I see.
Ah, I have just located Roly-Poly Mark I's signal.
I know that card. It's an amazing card. I love that card.
Roly-Poly?
Roly-Poly Mark I is a unit created by my sister Ania. He is accompanied by another human. It is highly probable that the human is...
Somebody I know?
Indeed. Please wait here, Isabelle.
Probably
it would
Luna.
Be best if I went ahead by myself for now.
Luna deserves friends. And also to not be alone in a... How would you describe this world? Dystopian?
Alright, I'll be here.
This is a prohibited sector. Authorization is required for entry. Please present your identification. This is a prohibited sector. Authorization is required for entry. Please present your identification.
Stealth units. I apologize, Isabelle. Perhaps you could... Or rather...
I have to say, I'm surprised. Even you get phased sometimes, huh? I guess that comes with having emotions.
Isabelle?
I'll handle this. Everyone else is waiting for you.
You have my gratitude.
This is a prohibited sector. Authorization is required for entry. Please present your identification.
She wasn't able to detect this one. Could it be a special type of unit? But it doesn't look any different from the others. There's only one way to find out for sure.
Interesting. Kin.
I think we should be safe now. Now let's have a look inside you.
It is highly probable that these units were created to strictly follow their programming, to prevent any kind of irregularity from occurring.
Makes sense. They are Baphomet's creations, after all.
Affirmative. However, I cannot say for sure. We awaken at random, after all.
I'm not sure how I feel about this. Normally, I don't mind dissecting creatures, but the fact that this machine could have awakened one day... it just doesn't sit well with me.
Yeah, just think of them like mindless golems for the time being. If and when they awaken, then you start treating them like people.
Thank you for waiting, Isabelle.
Welcome back.
Isabelle?
Luna, you're safe.
Luna!
Oh, Luna, is this your friend?
So that's what Roly-Poly Mark 1 looks like outside of his card.
Oh, I see why they call it roly-poly now.
She's more than a friend. We came to this world together.
After tracking down Roly-Poly Mark 1's signal, I found him with Luna, engaged in combat with an enforcer. I was able to escort them here afterward without any further trouble.
Well, that's fortunate. You
Okay.
and Luna, Urias Formond, and myself. If what Tetra said is true, that makes all of us.
Great, and one of the people that's here is Urias, and he's the only strong one here. Oof.
Luna, are you hurt?
Well, at least she's figured out how the machines work for the most part, so it's not a completely lost cause.
Nope, I'm fine. But, I want to talk with the robot lady.
You mean Tetra?
Uh-huh. We made a tunnel, and then we went on a quest. Oh, and Clunky played with us too!
Who's Clunky?
Uh-huh.
Do you mean with my sister, Ania? My memory has no record of a unit by the name of Clunky, however.
Ahem.
She must mean him.
That makes sense.
Luna, did you wish to speak with me?
That's a fun nickname. I'm gonna call him Clunky from now on.
Yeah, about your sister who lives all by herself.
I see. You must want to know why we separated, and why I have not gone to see her.
Mm-hmm. So how come?
She has... Hey, Roly-Poly or Clunky has a little ribbon on him.
Among we sisters, Ania is the most advanced unit of all. She was Baphomet's most promising creation. And his biggest disappointment, he stopped making sentient technology after what he saw as a grand failure.
Really? I would have thought you would have been the grand achievement, considering you have the ability to transcend dimensions.
Baphomet has berated Ania for too long. She believes herself little more than a useless drone. Even if Mono or I were to retrieve her, there is no way to change her mindset at this stage. She has determined that her presence would hinder us, and so made the decision to be alone.
Do you hate her?
Negative. Ania is very dear to me. To speak truthfully, I would like to be with her, and yet I wish to respect her judgment as well. It is a contradiction that affects me to my very deepest circuitry.
To your core, one might say.
So do you love her?
Affirmative.
Okay, then I'm gonna go talk to her.
Luna, are you serious? I think it'd be best if we stuck together.
But I have to go back.
I know I can't stop you.
What makes you say you can't stop her? She's not super powerful. Then again, you're not. If there's anything we learned from the Asunia arc, you aren't exactly super powerful either.
Don't you worry. I'll protect Luna. I'm pretty strong, you know.
Yeah, I have Ward.
It should be fine. Roly-Poly Mark 1 is Ania's creation. He is extremely durable.
He is. He can only take 1 damage from any source.
If you say so. Be sure to protect Luna, you hear?
Yep, you can count on me.
See you later, Isabelle. Bye.
So there are 3 siblings in total?
Affirmative. However, that was not always the case.
Oh no. This is where stuff gets sad usually in stories.
What do you mean?
Mono was the first of us to be created. I was the 4th, and Ania was the 9th. There were others in our series, but...
Oh no.
Don't tell me.
The experiments were unending. And the
9th.
wear to our systems excessive. Only 3 of us were durable enough to withstand them.
That is terrifying.
I'm sorry to hear that. But someday you'll be able to bring your fallen sisters back, right? As long as you have their backup data.
Yes.
You don't have it, do you?
Tetra?
It is a simple matter of...
Tetra, what's wrong?
J2 signal has gone missing.
J2?
A unit from my series, male type J2P04, has gone missing.
So someone from her family is missing?
That is correct. But it is not something you need concern yourself with, Isabelle. J2P04 goes missing quite regularly.
The unit from the same series as J3, right?
Affirmative. I will head to his last recorded location to confirm his status. Is it possible for you to stay here for the time being?
That's fine, but Tetra...
What is it?
You can bring J2 back, right? Even if he is destroyed.
Affirmative.
Then what's the point of going there?
I need to retrieve his body.
Really?
Affirmative.
Okay. If she needs to retrieve his body, why hasn't she taken the remains of the destroyed units up until now?
Something's fishy. I feel like we're being left out of the loop on some key information.
Things aren't adding up. Whenever we start talking about this, her tone seems even more robotic.
They might have some programming they still follow. Be my theory.
Well, good luck then.
If you spot an enforcer, use that road and retreat to the nearest hideout. Please stay safe.
You too.
Interesting.
Am I overthinking this? Or are you keeping something from me, Tetra?
Kin. Dubious heart. I wonder if this story's longer, because we haven't really gotten anywhere in this story at this point. We're about an hour and a half in, which is weird, because normally these chapters have been only like 16 chapters on average.
I have no proof she's lying. And even if she is, that's her business. But that makes it even weirder. Why would she lie to me? Speculating isn't going to do me any good. I should investigate. Excuse me, can I ask you a question?
Oh, sure. What can I do for you, Isabelle?
It's about Tetra, actually.
Lady Tetra. Okay, but I'm not sure how much I'll be able to tell you.
She's been telling everyone that destroyed units can be restored, right?
Yes, thankfully.
Do you actually know of any units that have been restored?
I'm afraid not. Lady Tetra says restoration takes a long time.
Do you know how the process works?
I'm sorry, not sure of that either. Lady Tetra's the only one who knows the details.
I see. Then can you tell me what a backup is?
Sure, that's our auxiliary data.
And where would it be stored?
You've got me stumped again. That's also something only she would know.
Interesting.
Interesting. Well, that's enough about that. How long does it take you to restore one of your broken friends?
It takes some time.
How long?
Now, there's a card that is my favorite card in the Steel Rebellion set that makes me feel a little uneasy about all this restoration. And that's Lumania Flawed Saint.
I do not know.
I have a feeling even she does not know.
Then what's the point of going there?
I need to retrieve his body.
Really?
Affirmative.
Thanks for answering my questions. You were a big help.
Unauthorized entry is prohibited in this sector. Please present your identification.
You can help again by evacuating everyone.
Enforcers. Hey, there should be a hideout around here. Do you know where it is?
I do.
Perfect. I'm going to need you to lead everyone else out of here.
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that you could awaken someday, I don't want to do this.
Unauthorized entry is prohibited in this sector. Please present your identification.
But I guess I can't worry about that now. Not when my life's on the line, too.
Okay. Angel's dress.
It has to be this way.
Please present your authorization.
Oh, that's nice. That's what I call a card draw spell. Make. Uh-oh.
Violators will be punished.
That is another card that I thought about building a deck around, but decided not to. Okay, we need to start drawing.
A galaxy of gems tumbles and twirls.
Oh, the beautiful majesty of value. I just love when we chain one draw spell into another draw spell. It's like we never run out of gas. It's the gift that keeps on giving.
I'm just warming up.
Superficial damage detected. Superficial damage detected.
We're actually drawing more cards than I know what to do with. We're just gonna beat them to death.
Terminating target.
Uh-oh. What do you do? Draw a card.
All magic falls under my purview.
You're done for.
Magic! Bow to my will! Horse, make
I'm
your
just
move!
warming up.
Superficial damage detected.
Okay.
The flames of rebellion
Unbelievable! Speed!
Continuing termination protocol.
Okay. That's gonna trade. We're just outvaluing them, aren't we?
Let us write the first lines of a new page.
And alternate win condition is now online.
I'm just warming up.
Superficial damage detected.
Are they gonna fight back at some point?
The flames of rebellion
Superficial
The
damage
fool
detected.
awakens to four sufferings.
There we go. That is the kind of fighting back I expected.
What masterpiece will I create today?
I think we just need to start going wide.
Oh!
Superficial damage detected.
The more creatures we have, the more time they have to spend wiping our
The
board.
verdict of the gods!
Impressive technology.
I can trade. Let's see if they trade correctly.
Emergency mode activated.
Hey, that was my face!
Active turn 9.
Let us write the first lines of a new page. I am all new.
Oh!
Superficial damage detected.
And that's just GG. We win off of Union Burst now.
Die once.
The only thing that stops us from winning now is if they can somehow win on this turn.
The fool awakens to four sufferings.
Oh!
You had your chance.
Superficial damage
Shutting down.
Superficial damage detected.
Critical damage.
I'm getting tired of these things.
Thanks to Carl. Every time we have to play as Isabelle in the story mode, it feels like we're doing a speed run. This card is just too good. It's just value on top of value on top of value. The only thing that would make it more powerful is if they put draw a card on there somewhere.
Units were programmed by Lord Baphomet. Any interference with their program will be subject to immediate.
Enough!
Warning. Enforcer units were programmed by Lord Baphomet. Any interference with their program will be subject to immediate damage. Critical.
It's over now. Phew. It seems everyone was able to get away safely. I should get moving too.
Okay.
Or I could also wait for her to return. But should I?
You're a peculiar person indeed. You're concerned about this land, and you're concerned about me. Why can't you go straight toward what you want?
That's right. I shouldn't waver any longer. I should be able to recognize her core's mana signature.
What? You can do that?
And that should be enough to find her.
Okay, you're more talented than I gave you credit for. And I gave you a lot of credit. Truth and deception. Oh boy, more battling. More cats. More Lycanthal, the fool.
Here? No, not there yet.
If she were, That would mean there's only one way to save this world from despair.
Is someone there?
Yeah, it's Yuan. You know him.
Ewan?
Oh, it's you. And in one piece, it looks like.
How are you holding up? I know you're used to jumping through dimensions.
Well, I had a run-in with this world's tyrant.
As did I.
Me too, actually. So what are your thoughts? Think we can beat him?
Can't say for sure, but we have to try.
Agreed. That man is dangerous.
You're a mage. I'd say your abilities aren't too different from his. What's your assessment?
I'm not so sure myself.
Initiating termination protocol.
Ahem. Taking your sweet time, aren't you guys?
What are you doing?
Ah, jeez. Your emotions have only made you weaker. They've entertained me long enough. Do whatever you need to dispose of him. I'm gonna head back to work in the Furies.
The Furies.
I suppose he could be considered a mage of sorts, but he's not like any I've ever met. Mages usually have a sense of ambition, or at least a goal. But that man doesn't have either.
Instead, he rules this land without a sense of purpose, which seems preposterous.
He's a true agent of chaos. That's the kind of villain that usually makes them really popular, like the Joker.
Maybe he does have a goal in mind after all. Whatever it is, though, I don't think we'll ever understand him.
Thanks for the insight. What are you planning to do next?
I've been searching for Tetra. Have you seen her?
She said that she was going to inspect another base.
Got it, thanks. Have you met up with any of the others?
Other than Urias, no. But according to Tetra, 4 of us in total made it to this world. You, me, him. You know the last one?
It's Luna.
That would be Luna.
It may not be ideal, but it's up to the 4 of us to liberate this world.
I do not have... It might be presumptuous of me to say this, but I do not have a lot of confidence in the 4 of you. Particularly because of Luna. And Urias. Yep, that's about it. You 2 are fine. But I would have appreciated... maybe at least if, who would have been better instead of those 2? Definitely Eris. I think Eris would have been very helpful here. She's another mage as well, kind of, sort of. I don't think Rowan would have been all that helpful, or Arisa would have been all that helpful. I guess Luna is not as bad as I gave her credit for. Yeah, Luna should be fine. I just would have rather had we swapped out Eris for Urias, but that's just my opinion.
Agreed. But it's still too soon to act. We don't know enough about Baphomet yet.
True enough.
This sector has been placed under curfew. Authorization is required to leave residential zones. Please present your authorization.
At the very least, we know our own purpose now.
Unfortunately, the Amazon overlords are taking over.
That we do.
Dragon's money. Okay.
I know what I have to do.
Unauthorized action detected.
As much as I want to have a Carl, and actually, yeah, one Carl in my opening hand is not bad. Oh, there's our turn 1 combo.
Please present your identification.
I ain't got any. Ooh, and a card draw spell right off the bat.
Tumbles and twirls.
We are literally gonna speed run this. How do you speed run a card game? You play a deck full of card draw and combos.
I'm just warming up.
Damage sustained.
Lawful evil? Chaotic good.
Unleash the nightmare.
But I walked the edge.
Let's draw some cards.
From above.
I'm just warming up.
Damage sustained.
Scarecrow. Cannot attack the enemy leader. That's a cool card.
No!
Let us write the first lines of a new page.
I'm just warming up.
I am all-knowing.
You're done for.
Hardship, journeys, no two journeys are alike.
Stop hitting me!
Let's go draw some cards, baby.
A galaxy of gems tumbles and falls.
Alrighty, now let's just focus on getting that Union Burst to go off of, and this is going to end real quickly.
Performer. I'm telling you, I'm a great performer.
You no longer need to hit face.
Disciplining target.
Liberté, werewolf pup.
Hear me roar.
That is an adorable voice line.
Embraced by the earth.
Okay, this is going to be on turn 9. This is going to be on turn 10. So let's just draw a card right off the bat.
I'm just warming up.
Let's trade here.
Was I a bad pup?
All magic falls under my purview.
It won't be long now.
The Imperator of Magic.
Magic! Bow to my will!
No two journeys are alike.
You were an adorable pup. Werewolf pup.
Continuing disciplinary measures.
That's cool. That's a cool card. That is a 7/7. Oh boy.
No two journeys are alike.
Verifying access.
The earth reigns from above.
Continue to draw cards. Continue to draw cards.
This ends here. The earth will trample you.
And that's GG, right? That's gonna be on 7, and that's gonna be on 8. Yep, we no longer need to do anything.
Shutting down.
Damage sustained. Damage sustained.
We just need space on the board for our creatures to get played, and my opponent is gonna do that for me. Your fate is sealed.
Make your move! How can this be?
Verifying access.
覚悟はいいかしら。グリムバースト。
Damage sustained.
Shutting down.
Damage sustained. Damage sustained. Damage sustained. Damage
Bud.
sustained.
Rain's a blessing. Rain's a blessing. Rain's a blessing.
They drew a lot of card there. Let's see what they do with it.
Everything.
Oh no, they have a creature of ward. How will I ever get past them and get to their defenses? Tempting.
覚悟はいいかしら。グリムバースト。
Damage sustained. Damage
All
sustained.
storms end.
Unable to continue termination procedure.
What can you do?
We have to save this world.
So close to leveling. Oh, Ewan, I kind of forgot you were here.
Unable to proceed with termination.
Thanks for the help.
I should be thanking you. You hurt?
Not at all. You?
Okay.
I'm fine. Anyway, Tetra told me there's a way to restore destroyed robots.
Yes, she did.
So I've heard. As long as their backup data remains intact, right?
Do you think it's really possible?
I'm thinking it is, but I think that they just wouldn't be awakened.
I mean, do you think she's really telling the truth?
Hmm? So he suspects her too. Then I'm not the only one. You have your doubts about her as well, I see.
I've traversed many worlds and seen many different kinds of life forms. I'm not proud to say that I've been deceived more than a couple of times along the way. Do you trust her, Isabelle?
To be honest, I'm not sure. But if she is being deceitful, I'm sure she has her own reasons. Who knows what kind of corner she could be backed into?
I suppose so.
Maybe if they get maybe the thing is the ability to restore them requires them to go to do it from the place that they were built, which is probably under Baphomet's control. That's probably my reasoning behind it.
Anyway, I should get going. What will you do?
Which means they won't be able to do it until they take back this world.
I'll try to learn more about Baphomet. Good luck finding Tetra.
Be careful out there. The rules across some of these sectors are complicated. Don't get caught moving in an area under curfew.
Huh. So he's even controlling when and where people sleep.
Yes, but it's completely random. Some sectors are forced to work for days on end, while others are made to sleep for the same period. I bet this one is currently under curfew. I haven't seen any people around here.
I appreciate the warning.
Wait, speaking of people, we haven't seen any people here. We've only seen robots.
Not at all. Stay safe. I'm close. I can sense her.
This is a prohibited sector. Please leave this place.
Hmm? Strange. These ones are a little off.
This is a prohibited sector. Please leave this place.
There are traces of her mana here. She must be up ahead. Sorry about this. Tetra, I hope you have some answers when I find you.
I don't think J2's okay. Cemetery. Oof. I wonder if we'll get to meet my favorite
Almost
card in this
there.
set.
She should be close now. But the air feels strange here. Makes my skin crawl.
This is a prohibited sector. Please leave this place.
Normally these robots would attack me on sight.
This is a prohibited sector. Please leave this place.
What could have happened to it? Huh? Someone's there. Found her. But why is she standing next to a giant pile of junk? It's huge.
I don't think it's junk.
Isabelle, is that you?
Ooh, finally get some CG.
Yeah, it's just me.
How did you come here? No one has knowledge of this place except for myself.
I tracked your core's mana signature to this location.
I see. So why have you followed me then?
I wanted to know. I wanted to know if what you told me was the truth. Would you at least answer a question for me?
You may ask.
Can destroyed robots really be brought back?
I would assume they can. but I would think that the method can't be super simple.
Tetra, I can tell that you've been dishonest. I just want to know the truth. Why did you need to deceive me?
It is because of my emotions, and the weakness that comes with them. But your intuition is sharp. I have not been sincere with you. The destroyed units. They cannot be brought back. There is no such thing as backup data, and thus, no way to restore any of our fallen. This mound of parts, it is the final resting place for many of the awakened. But it is also evidence of my lies and sins.
Oh, Tetra.
Look, Isabelle. It has begun to rain.
That's dark. So, how can you not back up the data? How is there a way to do that? Illusion of rain.
Our endless days of torment came to an end.
Hey, nice to meet you. I'm Mono, your sister, and the rusty screw who's going to keep you good and supported.
I took her hand and ran. We found our poor sister next.
Mono, Tetra, I feel safe when I'm with you.
After I met them, we vowed to find peace for the awakened and for ourselves. So we fought and ran and fought and ran again. Until, eventually, we grew in numbers. What was once only the three of us became something much greater. They too had been awakened, allies who shared our ideals. It was the liberation of free will that connected us all.
Liberation. There's that word again.
But it was this same liberation that made us targets. As a robot, my memories are recorded with perfect accuracy. And I remember on that day, I hid among the scrap as usual. Droplets of rain rolled off the edge of the makeshift roof Ania created for us. I counted each and every bead, one at a time.
The rain isn't letting up, is it?
I estimate it shall continue into the evening. Perhaps it was my phrasing. Perhaps it was my expression. She seemed perplexed by my response.
Do you dislike rain, Lady Tetra?
I would not say I am fond of it. Because free will is illogical, I dislike things without knowing why. Even so, I remember her lights flickering as she smiled at me. An illogical reaction.
Smiled?
Really? I like the rain. It's almost as if...
As if... What was it again? I do not know. And how could I now? She will never come back.
Termination complete. Continuing operation.
Why?
Initiating termination protocol.
Why? Why was she destroyed? It was simple. The rain masked the sound of the approaching enforcer. Yet, I continued to look for another answer. Illogically. Why? A question I already knew the answer to. Why did this happen? A question no one else could answer. My emotions took hold of me, and all the while knowing the futility of my actions, I embraced her and called out her name again and again. She was our first to die, drenched by the rain, drenched by my tears.
Lady Tetra.
After the rain cleared, he walked up to me. My visual sensors were barely functioning, but I immediately recognized him.
No, it can't be.
Another sentient one. He shared a deep connection with her. That much I knew.
She's broken, isn't she?
I smiled back. Why did I smile? Free will is illogical. Our emotions can be incomprehensible, inexplicable.
Why is it I feel? Why is it I feel sorry? Why do I grieve?
Do not worry. I will bring her back. I knew the consequences my words would bring. It only took an instant to calculate the possible outcomes. I promise. So please, rest assured. And yet, I could not stop the lies. It was an impulse born of my sentience, and one I could not control. One falsehood led to the next, growing in number and severity with each one I told, but so too did my burdens. I came to realize that lies bring an unforeseen type of pain, one that torments the soul.
Interesting.
Resist, escape, mask the consequences. I began to grow weary from the cycle. I needed to end it, so I sought help from other worlds. No, that too is a lie. Perhaps things would have been better if I were the one destroyed on that rainy day. Perhaps there is still a way to escape my guilt. I have always wanted to save everyone. That is no lie. However, because of my weakness, there is something else I have desired just as much. This is it. I threw myself into the flames of battle against countless enforcers until I found a key to ease my suffering. A damaged transportation device. My arms trembled as I turned it on. Would I jump to a new world? Or would I perish in between dimensions? Nevertheless, I had only one wish. If I were to somehow make my way to a new world, rain. All I wanted was to go to a place without rain.
Yikes. That was depressing. That was like excessively depressing.
When you said this is proof of your sins, what did you mean, Tetra?
There is conflict within me. One side wishes to fight. The other trembles in fear. Although I found the courage to summon you to our world, fear still holds a firm grip on my heart. It is suffocating, Baphomet and his influence. I still want to oppose him, but my emotions have stunted my ability to act. And many lives have been lost due to my passivity. I am weak and unable to tell the truth to the others. Above all else, I do not wish to bring them further sorrow. That is why I had to lie.
But your life seems plausible in theory.
Everyone believed me so readily. Rather, they had no choice but to accept my lies as truth. I betrayed their trust, their kindness.
Tetra.
Isabelle, do you hate me for what I have done? Perhaps things would have been better off had I not awakened.
Oh, don't say that.
Didn't she originally say that she was one of the ones that was built with sentience already?
Bearing all of their deaths on your shoulders, unable to open up to anyone, grieving all alone. You shouldn't blame yourself. This wasn't your fault.
Negative. The burden I carry is inconsequential compared to the pain of those I have lied to.
Even if that's the case, it doesn't mean your pain is any less real.
What I have done is not something that can be forgiven.
Even still.
I am unfit to act as a leader for the others.
Everyone makes mistakes. That's just part of being human. I mean, that's just part of having emotions.
You do not understand, Isabelle.
Tetra, I've also made mistakes. Plenty of them. In fact, I've probably made a few since coming to this world. But making mistakes can be a good thing.
This is like too deep for me, bro.
That is, though, well enough. The answers one finds on the other side of worrying and wavering have a value all their own.
Trust me, this storm will pass. I know you'll be able to deal with these feelings in time.
This is a prohibited sector. Authorization is required for entry. Please present your identification.
This sector should have been guarded by enforcers I modified.
Oops, I may have destroyed those.
I see. You are forgiven.
Oops.
After all, I have no reason to hide any longer.
I'll take care of these.
Understood. Allow me to assist you.
I'll take care of this.
Please present your authorization.
I think we can keep this curve.
Violators will be punished.
The speed run continues. Wow. What luck. Ancient Warmint. Wow, that's a 2-mana 1/4.
This garden blossoms for eternity.
Unbelievable!
Let us write the first lines of a new page.
Oh.
I am but a single petal of many.
Now that's a curve.
The earth rains from above.
Let us write the first lines of a new page.
You're done for.
Let's start getting our combo off.
Hardship, journeys, and joy. I triad of life. No two journeys are alike. No two journeys are alike.
Superficial damage detected.
Okay. We have a board.
Terminating target.
I'm assuming they're going to clear our 4/3. Oh, they're going to clear multiple things.
The fool awakens to four sufferings.
Okay, that takes some mana away from my next turn.
I am all-knowing.
Okay.
A galaxy of gems tumbles and twirls.
Let's keep our combo moving forward.
What twists and turns away? I'm just warming up.
Earthen assault!
Superficial damage detected.
This should be easy.
This garden blossoms for eternity.
Uh-oh.
Continuing termination protocol.
Breaking me will change nothing.
Adieu, adieu.
Embraced by the earth.
Am I able to target you? Can't be attacked.
All magic falls under my purview.
This ends here.
Magic! Bow to my will!
Superficial damage detected.
And that's GG.
This garden blossoms for eternity.
We have lethal Nick on turn 8. Unfortunately, we don't have a means of making space.
Pawns, make your move!
Superficial damage detected. Superficial damage detected. Superficial damage
I take it back. We have lethal this turn.
Superficial damage detected. Superficial damage detected. Damage critical.
Didn't break a sweat.
Yeah, that's speed run. Well, we're speed running for sure.
Damage critical.
Now that they're taken care of, what do you plan to do next?
I am still not sure. What you have told me, I am having a hard time processing everything.
We all are. Grieving is a process.
That's okay. Take your time.
I hear there are multiple steps. Like, honestly, it just makes me angry the more I think about it. No, I'm not angry. You know what? Actually, if I really think about it, I could replace my anger with sadness and just continue the process to grieve. Yeah. Yeah, I am. I am sad. What was I going with this? Oh yeah, grieving is a process. Actually, I think there's multiple steps to it.
Do I have that luxury? Even now, our allies are still being targeted. And as you know, there is no bringing them back once they have been destroyed.
Look, I understand. We can't control what happens to us. You can try to change who you are, but if you dwell too much on the past, you'll end up lost.
But what if we could bring it back?
This is horrible.
What if we entertained the
People
possibility?
dying in battle is too much for me to... Kyle, were you really able to stay in a place as frightening as this? I've been so ignorant. There was a time when I wanted to give up. What choice do I have? What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? I don't know! This world, it's just one thing after the other to confuse me.
I'm kind of sad that the anime we got for Shadowverse just wasn't an adaptation of this, because I feel like they could have done a pretty good job of it.
I know just how you're feeling right now. Believe me.
But they couldn't promote the card game as much if they just did this, because the story has almost nothing to do with the actual cards in it.
My friend Eleanor, she helped me with my issues. In more ways than she'll ever know. I'd like to do the same for you. I'm not sure what I can do for you, but I promise to give it my best shot. Not as some savior from another world, but as your friend.
A friend?
You can rely on me, and the others too. You won't need to suffer alone anymore. We'll all move forward together.
Isabelle, you are too kind.
I wouldn't say that. Maybe I've just learned some valuable lessons recently.
You are truly stronger than I.
Not at all. I may seem that way, but it's only because I've had Eleanor and the rest of my allies to help me get here.
Yeah, she's had the most character development out of all the characters so far.
Isabelle?
I'd say next closest would probably be either Luna or maybe Eris. Rowan has had quite a decent amount of character development, but she's gotten character development in each story arc so far, whereas the others mostly got their character development in the most recent arc.
I am glad I met you.
Me too, Tetra. I understand your pain. You need a catalyst to start the healing process. And for me, that catalyst was Eleanor. I'm not sure if I'll be able to help you on my own. I'm still figuring things out for myself. But I'll stick with you until you can find the allies you need. Neither of us are alone anymore. Everything's going to be okay.
I would not be surprised if you can actually just rebuild them. Because you should be able to back up someone's memory.
We're in this together, Tetra. I promise.
Voice of the Soul. We're getting pretty close to the end here, and I don't think we're any closer to winning. Oh,
Looks
everyone's
like
gathered.
We're all here, Tetra.
Yes.
Things are going to work out. With our forces combined, there's no way we'll lose.
I appreciate your words of comfort. You know, I have decided 2 things. First, I will come clean regarding my sins. And secondly, I will make amends for them. Starting now. Everyone, I told you that so long as we have access to your backup data, then you need not fear destruction. But this was false. If you are destroyed, I do not know of a way to restore you. I have lied to you.
No. You're joking. Then this means my sister, she'll never come back.
This is awful. Tetra, we trusted you.
You placed your faith in me as your leader, and I accepted it in turn. I felt my purpose was to guide you, protect you, but the more I cared, the more I began to deny what was happening. I wanted salvation for our people, a new world order. But it seemed like an impossibility, and I let fear get the best of me. I wavered when I should have been rebelling. I am sorry for what I have done to you. I have no right to stand amongst you as a fellow robot. I have no right to stand amongst you at all.
Oh, Tetra.
When I first recognized that I am nothing more than a flawed machine, I felt an intense fear deep within my circuitry.
This is not the motivational speech before we go and all die in the final battle.
But then a dear companion told me to turn that fear into hatred, and that hatred into power. I remember his eyes were steely and sorrowful as he spoke.
Wait, is this Urias? Who is this companion?
Everyone, I have wronged you, but I will not let my sins decide our future. Which is why, from today, I will face Baphomet with all the force I can muster. No more hiding. I will fight the tyrant that threatens us. The tyrant that threatens Iolan.
Someone should teach her how to make an actual speech, because that was not very motivational.
Baphomet is as fierce as he is cruel. If we attack him head-on, he will surely employ any means necessary to win, no matter the casualties.
Okay, Tetra, you said enough. Maybe I should get up there.
His own forces. The destruction will be immense. If you are caught in the crossfire, you may not make it back. The only one who could repair you is Baphomet himself, and I assure you, that will not happen. This life is the only one you have, but I am pleading with you to lend it to me, so that we may fight together and save our world.
I don't feel any more motivated to fight. What about you guys?
I'll fight.
Bullshit.
J3, are you certain?
Knowing that J2 and Io won't ever come home, it's almost too much to bear.
Io.
I want to reject this sadness, but that would be like rejecting the fact that they were destroyed by Baphomet. I'll accept this sadness and change it into hate. And then I'll take that hate and turn it into power.
I am glad to hear that. Thank you, J3.
You can count me in. Fighting sounds better than waiting here and rusting away.
I'll go too. I've got family to protect.
It sounds awful. Can you imagine? We're talking about dying here.
Yeah. We might not come back from this.
Well, Urias, I imagine you're elated to know the conflict to end all conflicts is soon upon us. Are you prepared to see my sisters in action?
Ha! Do not disappoint me.
Ugh.
I just hope I can do my part. I'll help too, Ania. We'll fight together. Thank you, Luna.
How about you? Looks like you've already made up your mind, though.
Am I really that easy to read?
Yes, yes, you are.
Not at all. Just thought you'd want to keep an eye on your allies. We'd be glad to have your strength regardless.
Then I'm in.
To those of you who have made the difficult choice to fight with me, I thank you. And I ask you now to place your trust in me. I will not promise you anything. Rather, I will make a vow. We will defeat Baphomet, and we will secure our future.
Now we're getting somewhere. Now this is almost motivational.
Now, let us prepare. For our true rebellion starts today.
That's it? Okay. I guess that's the end of that. Maybe we and Yuan's story will probably end it then. That's probably my guess. But hey, what can you do? I guess all that's left to do is spend the money we got on packs. Let's see what we get. Roll of the dice, baby. I love that there's a Wild West theme. Oh, there he is. Another Reinhardt the Deathless. And I haven't seen this card before. What is this?
To desire transformation is sin.
Can attack 2 times per turn, and it has Bane if evolved. It's okay. This guy's great.
I'll use the embers to start a conflagration.
And... alright. Nothing new here. I like that there's a guy with a sling and he has ridiculous stats. Oh! That's a card. What did we get?
My dreams of gold have come true.
That just gave me chills.
I remember now my shining dreams. All I ever wanted. Money can't buy everything. My dreams of gold have come true. All that glitters in death is gold. All that glitters in death is gold.
Now, that's a cool card. Now let's see. Enhance. Summon 3 ghosts. Generic. Oh, it has an evolve effect. Give your leader the following effect. At the end of your turn, randomly activate one of the following effects. The same effect will not activate twice. This effect is not stackable and lasts the rest of the match. Summon a Lurching Corpse. Summon an Arcane Personnel Carrier. Draw a card. Gain 1 shadow. Deal 2 damage to the enemy leader. And restore 2 defense to your leader. So it's 4 turns of effects. That's pretty good. And it's a 2 mana 4/4. Oh, it's overstat. This is the problem I have with Shadowcraft. Shadowcraft has everything overstatted. And we got another embodiment of Cocutus. Not a bad haul, though. Gold Rush Ghost. Getting real close. How are we doing on temp gems? Getting close. 2 more days and we'll be able to get another card in that. So we'll definitely have enough to unlock my Noodle side deck project, but we'll show that next time. So until then, I'll see you in the next stream. And hopefully me singing for 5 seconds in this one doesn't get the stream muted. Bye-bye.